Welcome. You're listening to the I'm Wired to Inspire podcast, creatively engineered by Nicole, the inspiration specialist. I'm Wired to Inspire is a powerfully packed podcast filled with inspiration and encouragement to get you through your day. It's designed to inspire you to live your authentic purpose. Now, stay tuned for your host, Nicole, the inspiration specialist, on today's episode of I'm Wired to Inspire.
Hey everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today on my podcast. I'm Nicole, the inspiration specialist, and I'm wired to inspire you to live your authentic purpose. Yo, have you ever felt like you always do everything wrong? Like maybe you've been praying for something forever and then you say, Lord, I'm the common denominator. What am I doing wrong? You know, do you ever feel like you get in a wrong relationship and in retrospect you figure, man, I took a wrong turn. I should have never dealt with this person in this capacity. Or even feeling like when you talk to certain people, everything you do is wrong. Like it's the wrong time, it's the wrong words, it's the wrong conversation, it's the wrong person. I don't know why, but I just felt like I wanted to talk to you today about feeling wrong, being wronged, and just truly crying out to God as if you can't pull it together. Let me tell you something about that. When you're in a car and you make a wrong turn, right? We always know that once you make that wrong turn and you figure it out, you have to stop, either go in reverse or make the U or turn around or however you got to do it, whatever the situation is. Well, you got to turn around and go back to where you were going, and then you got to get back in the direction that you were headed, right? I notice sometimes that when we go through that in real life, we don't apply those same rules. What we normally do in life when it's not in a car and it's in a situation we're in, we stop and we stay at that space. And we complain, we mealy mouth, we fuss, we cuss, we do all of these things in anger. And usually it's profuse anger and frustration because we feel like, man, that was so stupid. That was the wrong person. That was the wrong situation. Oh, I was so wrong, whatever, right? And we never realized that if we applied the same things to that situation when we make a wrong turn, we would end up getting right back where we need to be. So let's think about it. So let's say you wake up one day, you find out you're in a wrong relationship. Okay. What happens? A lot of people just get on the phone. They talk to all their people. They tell them about it, or they go off on a person. And instead of really just saying, okay, wait a minute, I think I made a wrong turn. Act like you're in a car. Okay, bam, boom. I made a wrong turn. I've come into this realization. Let me stop. Let me go in reverse. The GPS said I got to go the other way. So let me stop, go in reverse, turn around and go back up the other way. Why is it that when you realize that you are in a bad situation, in a bad relationship, why don't you stop right then and there and say, you know what? Let me pause. Let me go in reverse. And I'm going to go back through the way I was going. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of this. I'm going to get back in the direction that I'm supposed to get in. I guess today, y'all, I said all of that to say to you, if you feel like you've made a wrong turn in life, all you have to do is turn around and go back the way you came until you get to where you're going. How many of you have made a wrong turn somewhere in your life, your career, your friendships, your relationships, your opportunities, your family? You have made some type of wrong turn. You messed something up. But instead of turning around and following the GPS, which is God, telling us where to go and what to do, instead of just taking the instructions that he says, and hey, okay, just turn around, go back through, you'll figure it out. You stop and you stay in a place where you made the wrong turn. We don't do that in real life. We don't do that when we're in the car. So why do we consistently do that in real life? Why do we consistently do that, in our situations, when really the same rules apply? The same rules apply. I think this has a lot to do with perspective. We think when we see something one way, it has to be that way. We say, oh, well, one thing doesn't have to do with the other. Well, I actually think it does. Because if the point is to get out of the wrong situation or to turn around and remaneuver what's going on, then why would you not do that in your personal life or in your personal experiences when you know it's still going to get you the result that you desire? Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you look into approaching it that way? If you wake up and realize you're in the wrong situation, why do you just sit there and stay in the situation? That's the part that I'm highlighting today. If you make a wrong turn, what are you going to do so that you can start going the right way? What is that going to look like for you? What is it going to look like for you? It's going to look different for everyone, but the object of the game is the same. You got to get out. If you made the wrong turn, you got to get up and go the right way. I'm going to leave you with this one example. This is one of my favorite examples. I talked about it 2 years ago on this show, and I'm going to say it again before I ride out. One of my favorite shows growing up was A Different World, okay? And there was an episode where Kim was pledging. Whitley, there was a sorority, and Whitley was the pledge master. So there was another young lady, I forgot her name, but they were asking them to do this thing, and they told them that they had to knock down a door. So the first girl walks up and she's like, I can't knock down a door. I don't know how to do that. I don't have enough strength for that. So, she's looking at her like, she's like, I can't take it off the hinges type of thing. So Whitley looking at her like, girl, whatever, and roll her eyes at her like, okay, so you not going to knock down the door? Well, Kim walks up. Kim knocked down that door. She said, my pleasure. Kim balls up her fist. She knocks on the door like she's knocking on the door to let somebody know that they're at the house. She knocks on the door from the top of the door to the bottom of the door. Now, you see how she asked that one thing and it was two different responses, but both responses would have been correct? It's the same thing in your current situation. She told her to knock down the door. She didn't tell her how. So she just used common sense. She was like, well, I'm not about to take it off the hinges. I'm just going to use my fist and knock down the door. And if somebody else would have took it off the hinges, it would have been the same right answer. So that's why I'm saying to you, you have multiple ways to get it right. Don't get stuck in your wrong turn. It's not one way. It's not only one way to get it right. It's multiple ways to get it right. But you have to decide you're not going to stay in a place where you made the mistake. You're not going to stay in the place where you made the wrong turn. Handle your business so you can go from your wrong turn to the right way. I'm wired to inspire. I hope you are too.
Thanks for listening to I'm Wired to Inspire podcast at I'mWiredToInspire.com. If you enjoyed the show, spread the word and be sure to hit the 5-star rating on iTunes. For more information on this podcast and inspirational products and services, log on to I'mWiredToInspire.com. And remember to live your authentic purpose. Thanks again and see you next time.